to Wednesday Night Live. Hope you're all okay. Hope you're having a good week so far. So I am joined by three lovely guests. I've got the one and only Dave, ABL Reselling. I've got the King of Car Boot Chris, and I've also got the Queen of the North, Shaz. So how's everyone's day been? What have you guys been up to this week as well?
Ladies first.
Oh, thanks. Last week was such a busy week for me on eBay and Vinted. Yeah, and my stock levels just like went down. So today I've just been hitting all the charity shops. I've done 7 altogether. Just for some stock, some fresh stock. Obviously, I've got stock on my store, but I just needed some fresh stock. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Yeah, and then so listed a few today, and tomorrow it's just going to be a full-out listing day. Try and get as many on as I can.
What kind of stuff did you pick up when you went out?
Well, funnily enough. I picked these up. I thought, oh, they look quite nice, but I did pay up for them. But they've not been worn. They're like, you know.
Yeah.
They're called London Brogues handcrafted Gatsby shoes. When I've been looking, I don't know where it is with charity shops, but I can never ever get on eBay on my phone in charity shops. I don't know if they've got a blocker. I don't know. Yeah, how much things
always the way, isn't it? When you're trying to look something up, it's typical. Like every time you go in a bloody charity shop, you can't get any reception.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I paid 10 quid for them, but when I've been looking online, brand new, can't sell them as brand new, but brand new, they're about 65, 70 quid. So quite happy with that. So I should imagine about 45 put them up for. Yeah. And yeah, they haven't been worn. Bought some clothing, I bought some plushes. I don't normally do toys or plushes, but obviously this time of year, you know, I've just been buying loads of stuff. Yeah, today just to quick flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What about you, Chris?
Just normal stuff, really. Just listing and trying to make the most of Q4. Doing a bit of whatnot, doing a bit of eBay, and a bit of sourcing online.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, really.
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
It's been quite a busy week. I'm doing the daily vlogs at the minute, which it's. I'm getting a bit fed up with them already.
You're regretting it already, Dave?
Yeah, I'm regretting it already. Yeah, I don't want to call it Vlogmas, but it's just it's basically repeating the same thing day in, day out, and it's really alien to me. So anyway, I'm going to persevere. The last post day is the 8th for Royal Mail second class is the 18th. So I'm actually going to finish it earlier than I thought. I thought I'd be going until the 21st, something like that. The 18th for second class. But aside from that, I've actually done a bit of listing today for the first time in about 2 weeks, which is obviously shameful. I've put a lot of stock into Amazon this week as well, a lot of vinyl, a lot of media. So Amazon is going great guns, really is on fire. So that'll go straight right to the death as well, because obviously Amazon do their own fulfillment.
Yeah, it's definitely like, a good time of year if you're in Amazon, isn't it? Because so many people do shop on Amazon.
I just got back on to I sort of like turned the tap on again with it in about March of this year, and you can only imagine what it must have been like on Amazon at this time last year because of all the postal strikes and that. I think people were just people who sell on Amazon were just falling over piles of cash because of it.
Yeah. Are you putting the heating on this year, Chris? Are you going to go like an icicle?
We had it on this morning for an hour, but other than that, it's freaking freezing in here. I've got a little heater here on the side. I don't know if you can see it just about here. Just a little fan heater. It just takes the edge off the room and it uses up a lot less electric and gas and stuff. But yeah, I'm.
Oh my God, I couldn't sit in that.
Freezing. The problem is you can't put it on like. It's like £8 we spent, and we're still freezing today. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't look at my smart meter.
No,
Again.
That's the thing. That's the
I
thing.
just have like my little Eon app because I got a pay and go electric, and I used to have to go to the shop to, top it up all the time, and which I have done stupid walks to the shop at like 3 a.m. before to get electric, and now I've got this app so I can just do it all like through there instead. But I don't actually turn the smart meter on itself; it just sits in the corner off.
I thought it was Chris's camera that made him look in that pale. Turns out it's pneumonia.
No, he's just frozen.
And we tend to put it on like once in the morning. When we get up in the morning, it goes on just to warm the house up a bit, and then goes on in the evening for a bit. But we have an electric blanket on the bed, so when we get in bed, that goes on. We've got an electric throw that we put round us when we're sat on the sofa, so you plug that in.
Yeah.
We've got a little heater in here.
Have you got one of the big slippers you put both feet in?
But I've got my Aldi ones.
I saw Lidl Christmas jumpers today because in the middle of Lidl, everything is half price at the moment.
Mm.
So, yeah, I nearly got myself a Lidl Christmas jumper. I was like, no, I can't.
I was late to that piece of information. I went this morning and it looked like a bloody herd of wildebeest has just run through the store.
It's all those resellers, Dave, that go in and just, clear the shelves.
What was the word, Chris? Scummy. A scummy.
Yeah. Did you read it?
Yeah.
I actually got my onboarding on Sunday for Whatnot, and it's genuinely taken about 8 months to get this far.
Wow.
So I feel like I've conquered something now.
Well done.
Forever. Because I kept having problems. I was emailing them saying, like, I don't know what the problem is. I'd get one email back saying, like, oh, please tell me, your issue or whatever. Tell them, then never got a response. And that went on for months. And then eventually I said, like, don't even think about telling me to, like, apply again or sending me some generic email or one-word response because I've had enough. And then I got to the bottom that I'd said that I lived in the US but had a UK address. And they were like, we'll sort that for you. Never got sorted. So then I emailed them a further 2 times, just got the support email back saying, oh, we've received your email, but then never got anything back from that. And then emailed again. And I said, has this been sorted? Like, I need an update. And he was like, I'll look into it now. Gave him my details, like my username and everything else. No response again. And it's literally just been like that constantly. And then I just randomly got a onboarding email through like last night. And I was like, oh, something's actually happened now then. But yeah, it's been a real slog to do.
Very good. I'm pleased for you after all this time and effort.
I know. All that slog. And I think my last email then consists of like, why is the communication so poor?
Thingy was on tonight. Married to Reselling. They were on Whatnot tonight. 6 o'clock. First one.
Oh.
I caught a bit of it, then I had to go.
I haven't because I've had such problems like just getting started with it for months. I haven't really used the app myself like that much anyway, because I couldn't really do an awful lot on it other than follow people or whatever. But I'm going to have to start, trying to use it a bit more now. But I'm thinking for like my first show, I might just do like a £1 start thing on loads of items just to, one, get it gone, and also do like a celebratory, like first show kind of thing.
I've not even got the app.
No. My only interaction with Whatnot has been watching Chris.
Yeah.
Shaz, do you not think about trying to get on Whatnot, maybe? Would you do it?
Yeah, but it's live, isn't it? It's a live selling platform.
You're live.
This is live now.
Well, I know, but I'm with your guys, aren't I? So I've got somebody to bounce off. Whereas going on there, I should imagine you're just like on your own, talking.
Unless you got somebody to help you.
You have chat
talking and waffling. Yeah. I'm not a very confident person, believe it or not. Yeah. Oh, that's why I've not got a YouTube
all right. And a little, here's what I
It's
got.
really strange, Shaz. I do exactly this. This is why I don't do regular lives, because I'm the same way. I get quite not self-conscious, but paranoid about how it's going to go, and it kind of puts me off. But once I'm in it, after that first couple of minutes of just complete waffle that's coming out of my mouth, I seem to find a bit of a funk with it. And if you've got the chat going on as well, obviously you can bounce off that. So that's your sort of like person to bounce off. It's whoever's in the chat kind of thing. It gets a bit difficult to keep track of it after a bit, but you just sort of like take bullet points of comments out of it and you just use that to bounce off. So you just got to push yourself over that line initially, I think.
Yeah. I remember doing that my first Poshmark shows, like the first few, and when I was like waiting to start, like sat on the sofa, I felt like I was just waiting for the dentist, to be honest. Like I felt like quite nervous. But then once you like started and got going, like it's fine. And I even did a couple of posh shows where I had like no one in there either. That makes you feel even more daft because you just
no.
Now nobody's in any of them.
Yeah, I would be gutted. Yeah. I thought about doing a YouTube, but doing recording so you can edit it. But as a live, I'm thinking, I don't.
I think like just having it raw as you are is like the best bit. I mean, I was drinking beer on one of them, and as I was showing the top, a burp fell out by accident, and I was like, everyone. I was like, here's a cute burp top.
I think you did that on Reseller Denzers as well. One of
that was an accidental burp too.
You know, it's funny. I was talking. I went up to see Z and Beckett on the Cool Stuff a couple of days ago. Yeah, it was a couple of days ago, and we were talking about this exact thing about it's sort of like a resurgence of the authenticity of YouTube creators, and people are buying into that more and more. It's the unedited, raw, this is what it is kind of thing, rather than the high production value gloss and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's one example of that. There's a guy, he's a bodybuilder, but his channel isn't about bodybuilding. It's like just him going to the supermarket and just doing normal day-to-day stuff, picking the kids up from school, all that kind of stuff, and he vlogs it daily, and his channel has gone stratospheric because of it. So people, I think as a general rule of thumb, people are very much buy into the authentic rawness of content.
I think I might just give it a little whirl. Just see how it goes. I should imagine that your confidence grows the more you do.
Yeah. Well, why don't you try and get on it? Because I said I was going to come up and see you at some point anyway, didn't I?
Yeah.
So why don't you try and get on it? And then when I come up and we go to like Pre-Love Kilo and that, I can be like your second person.
Yeah.
I'll probably just be really annoying, or I'll drop the phone or burp, probably.
Myself, I'm not bothered.
It's a compliment in some cultures, so.
Well, yeah. Exactly. Sometimes just the odd one like falls out, and it's happened to me like at work before. In fact, I bent down to pick something up and a fart fell out, and I literally wanted the ground to swallow me up. It was just horrific. I just went down, and I was like, everyone didn't know that was happening. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I am a bit of a nightmare to work with.
Just wait till you get to my age, Sophie. It's not just the farts you have to worry about.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll like go in the sluice and like just drop one, and then when someone like walks in like after you, and I'm just like, oh, it's the macerator.
We managed 15 minutes without bringing it down to toilet humour. 15 minutes. That's some kind of record.
Yeah, I do have I've got like favourite fart places at work where I like go and let one out and then trot off.
I beat that.
I'm just gonna jump in the chat very quickly, and we've also got Secret Carper in. Hello. And also Dave in. Hello, Dave. Chris is in. Oh, hello, Chris. And we've got Adam in too. Hello, Adam. And we've got Pete in. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
Sandra Parker. Hello. Pat's in. Hi, Pat. Jenny, Limelight Vinci. Hello. Coming down here. Pete said, "Are they Charles Southwell shoes? The one that you had, I think."
No, they're called London Brogues Handcrafted. They're like a Gatsby design. Yeah, they're really, really nice. So I think this was the best purchase of today. Mm-hmm.
And we've got James.
Anybody know what that is?
JR. No, what's that?
I don't
Moshi
know.
Monsters.
It's off Pac-Man.
It says Pac-Man?
Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
Oh,
That's cool.
I wouldn't have recognised that as like
no, me neither.
Pac-Man.
I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff in this bag down here, but anyway, sorry.
James. Pete says, "You get too cold, it affects your work." I think that's one for you, Chris.
I'm all right.
And we've also got Lin in. Hello.
Hi. I hope you're doing okay, Lin.
I think
she should change her name to Stuntlin anyway.
She says, "Thanks, Dave. Doing well. Went for a walk for the first time using crutches up and down the road with physio. Sat the Zimmer frame." Oh, that's good.
Brilliant.
Really good.
Progress.
Off the Zimmer. Zimmer. And we've got Ali in. Hi, Ali. Pete says, "Low production videos are in. Thank God for that."
Absolutely.
Hi, Gwaz. Nice to see you. And we've also got Georgie in. Hi, George. And
George.
Nicholson. Hello. Nice to see you. If anyone's got any questions for anyone, do just pop them down in the chat if there's anyone you want to ask a question to. So yeah. So what's everyone's kind of goals for next year, or have you not really thought about it yet, or not bothered?
Dave will have some goals, but I don't.
Yeah, I've got a personal goal and a business goal, and it's basically very, very similar to what I've done this year, but upscaled a bit. In fact, I'm just waiting on my VAT number coming through now. So I'm super conscious, as far as business goes, I'm super conscious about margins, even more so than I was this year, because I have to make sure the numbers work. And personally speaking, I want to lose weight, particularly doing these, what's the name, the daily vlogs at the minute. I just keep catching my wobble. Where did this come from? I've got saddlebags under my beard. What's going on?
You know what the trick is, don't you? If you're holding your phone, hold it elevated a little bit higher, so you're looking up a little bit, and then it smooths all that out.
Yeah.
And they don't wear it in the car.
You should do Slimming World with me, Dave. I was actually doing really quite well on it. I don't know whether anyone knows, because I kept going on and on about it. And but yeah, then my fridge is obviously broke, which I'm still waiting for a new fridge, nearly 2 weeks on. The landlord still hasn't replaced it yet. So I was like, oh, it's all right. It's only going to be till the end of the week. And I just had takeaways all week and think I'll just have a new fridge and I'll get back on it. But no, it wasn't. So then I ended up going to Aldi and just getting a big bag of veg and just shoving it down by the front door because it's cooler there. So I could kind of cook again. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to start again, really. But I was doing pretty well on it. I think I'd lost I've done nearly a stone, but I think I've probably put on half of that now. Since
What we used to do in the top tip, your flat, is it first floor or is it the ground floor?
No, it's like a house that's been converted into 3 flats. So I live on like what would have been the top floor of the flat.
Oh, perfect. This is a trick I had in the army, because when I used to live in the army accommodation as a single bloke, I used to share, and there was obviously no fridges or anything like that. So we just used to stick it on a rope outside the window. Obviously, it doesn't work in the summer, but during the winter, just stick it on a bit of a, not like a carrier bag, but a rip or something like that.
Yeah.
Something half decent, like a bag for life or something like that, and just hang it out the window. Like, so you should still close the window.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Top tip.
Very good.
Might try it with all the stuff hanging out the window. What the heck is this person doing? Hanging their food out the window. Yeah. What about you, Shaz? Any kind of goals or anything like that?
No, I've not really sat down and thought about any goals, to be fair. This is the first full year I've done reselling.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't really set myself any goals. I just needed to just try and hit the ground running, really, and just build up my shop, build up the amount of products, learn from my mistakes on the stuff I was originally first picking up.
Yeah.
And not to buy again. So this year has just all been like a learning curve for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should sit down and think about, I mean, to be fair, April's only just around the corner, isn't it, after Christmas? So I should really be thinking about setting some goals, on what I want to achieve for next year. Yeah. But so far, I'm happy with the progress. What I'm doing so far from where I were when I first started. Yeah, I'm really happy.
Oh,
Last week I had my best week last week, and I just thought, oh God, I wish it were like this every week.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, when you get like really good weeks, like you kind of think, right, I'm going to do that again because surely I'll get that same week, like again. Like you think you kind of cracked it, don't you? And then you kind of like changes somewhere, and then you kind of end up having to go back to square one again almost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this week it's started off really, really slow. I've been doing sales, but only like small value items.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think possibly one of the objectives for next year is be a little bit more wary on what I'm actually getting, and try and source more high value products. Whereas at the moment my store's kind of, I would say 70% low value. So for selling, items, and I'm only getting like 5 a profit, I might only, selling 10 of them, I might be better off buying higher value items to try and get a £10 profit. And perhaps, then I'm not selling as much and I'm not being as much of a busy fool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Definitely. That's the thing I did at the start of this year, Shaz, and honestly, it's enabled what you find. Me and Sophie were talking about this last night. It kind of changes your mindset as well, because you almost become oblivious to the really low value stuff, low margin stuff that you would have picked up after a while, because your brain just is constantly looking to, not to one up, but that is your train of thought. You're looking for higher value, higher margin items, and the consequence of that is, and most importantly, is how much time it frees up, because you're not spending as much time earning the same amount or getting the same kind of turnover. So, and that extra time can then be reinvested into efficiencies, into scaling. So it is absolutely, for me personally, I did that at the beginning of this year. Like I say, it's the best thing I've done. The best thing I've done since I started.
Yeah. I think that's what I need to focus on, more for next year. Definitely. because you do end up running around like headless chickens, don't you? And sometimes I do pick the low value things up as well, because I think, well, that'll be a quick flip. And I'm constantly thinking about this algorithm on eBay, that you need to do, like quick sales, and then it'll push more sales. Same with listing. But I should imagine, I don't know if that's just a myth. I don't know. But yeah, most definitely I do need to look at higher value items for next year.
Most people start that way though, Shaz. Anyway, I think everybody's been there where they first start and you're dipping your toe in and you're buying less risky items. It might be 50p a pound. Whereas if you want the higher value stuff, you tend to have to pay a bit more for it. So you got to be prepared to pay up a bit more. So everyone starts that way, and you just, as you get more confident and your cash flow increases, you can do a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah. Me and
Yeah,
Dave.
I think your mindset's right, though. I think your mindset's right. And look, Chris is absolutely bang on right. We all start somewhere. And I think, particularly at this time of year when sourcing opportunities aren't as abundant, you can. I think there's a temptation to go back to that sort of like comfort zone of the quick flips and all that kind of stuff. But I think that it's just a matter of scale. Then if you stick to doing that, then you have to do a hell of a lot of it to make any advance, really.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is, right, for next year is like not just increasing the value a little bit, but really focus on items that there is evidence of sales. Because if you are picking stuff up because of listed values and not solds, right? And it's really easy to get carried away with, oh, I think this will sell, this will go quick. Is there evidence of sales? So check your solds. If there's none that have sold, then that might tell you something. So think very carefully about what you're picking up. Like, make sure that it's something that people want.
Yeah.
And not what you think they want.
Yeah, good advice. Yeah.
I think I can be a little bit like guilty of that sometimes. I don't think I check as much as I probably should do. And I do kind of go, like, oh yeah, that'll go. And I should probably like take the time and just check a bit more. So I was saying to Dave last night, like, one of my things is that I'm very like impatient. I'm a very like impatient person. I want everything like now and done like yesterday. And I'm kind of like that, like with my listings, like I should put more measurements on them, things like that. Just take that extra bit of time to do that extra bit of work. And I kind of get like that when I'm sourcing as well. After a few shops, I'm like, yeah, that'll do. That's nice. Yeah, I'll have that. So I think that's probably going to be one of my things for like next year as well, is just to become a little bit more patient.
I think you can get complacent with it a little bit, because I'm guilty of it. But I've changed my mindset a little bit this year. A bit like Dave, and I've gone for the higher value stuff, but I've also been looking more for stuff that has that evidence of sales, so that I know that people are looking for it. Because if you buy something and you check Terapeak and oh yeah, there was one that sold 3 years ago, it might be worth picking up because it might be a rare item. But then again, it might be that nobody wants to buy it. Nobody wants this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a bit of a fine balancing act, because some stuff is rare and you could bang it on and it could go quick.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, is it in demand?
Yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's all about like supply and demand, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the time, I know you've had trouble, Sophie, recently with your store. So sometimes you just have to like take a bit of a look at your own store and just say to yourself, how much in demand is my stock?
Yeah.
Is it really? Are people really? And I know that might sound harsh to you, but I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people overlook that.
Yeah, me and Dave, last night we spoke about like things like that, So yeah, I'm making lots of changes to my store at the moment.
We're all learning, aren't we? I mean,
Well, you've clearly got
we've all-
the skill, Soph.
Yeah.
You've got the tools as well. So it's just a case of sharpening those tools. It's the same. Everybody does that, and it's a constant thing, constantly learning, and that's one. That's one of the exciting things about what we do. You can evolve like that, and there's not really a limit to that evolution. But like Chris, as Shaz mentioned as well, you can bog yourself down. And you know, if you imagine your store full of items, it's a hell of a sack to lug around with you if it's all stuff that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say. That's literally just gone straight out my head.
One thing about the eBay algorithms, right? And this is something that definitely happens, is that if you've got stuff in your store that's not selling and nobody's interested in it, or it's too expensive, or you've not listed it correctly, that will harm you more than anything. So do something with it, get shot of it, get the price down, do something with it, and don't let it fester and don't let it sit for forever.
I think I've like become like more concerned about it because like work is really slow at the moment. So I've kind of been sort of pushed into like, right, I need to like seriously make this work now because like I don't have any work right now. So what am I gonna do? So this is now, although it was like, you know, like a second income anyway, but it's like it's more important to me now. And I've kind of been like sort of thrust into that. I always kind of wanted to go full time anyway, but I'm kind of being like thrust into it a lot sooner than I was ready, just purely because I've got no work at the moment. So I kind of like I have to make it work, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't have much of an option at the moment, unless I go and stand on Boots Corner with my tits out or something. I don't know. But
it doesn't work. It didn't work for me anyway. I just got cold.
Or start an OnlyFans.
You've everybody here and most people watching have got this amazing skill set. You can make money out of something like nothing. You can go to a charity shop. You can go to a boot sale. You can go to a tabletop. You can spend 50p on something and turn it into £10. And not everyone can do that, but we all have that.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing to have because if you're ever out of work, you can literally go and do it. Just go and flip some stuff.
If it gives you any comfort, Soph, I was kind of in a, I don't want to say a similar position because, but obviously we've spoken about your position and, but with this, the things that are happening at work for you and stuff like that, it's not an enviable position to be in. But when I made the leap to being a full-time reseller, I was in nowhere near the position that I wanted to be in when I took that leap. I wanted like 3 to 6 months worth of bills in the bank. So if it all went tits up, then I had that safety net. What actually happened was I didn't. I think I barely had about a month, and I was bricking it for months and months, and it kept me on my toes. But it's never ideal. It's never ideal. But sometimes you just gotta grab the bull by the horns, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even more so, you know, when there's only your income coming in. I think it's a little bit easier if if you're married or in a partnership, and you know your partner or your husband is bringing in that regular wage, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. You know, Steve is, he fully supports me, but he works full time, so we've still got that security of Steve's wage coming in. But when you're living on your own, it's a big thing, isn't it? It's worrying, especially when you're relying on that income as well. Even the second income, from reselling.
Exactly. Sean says, as ABBA tribute acts go, I would pay to watch them, but must admit Agneta has let herself go, and the stubble is a new one for me. Adam says that's been key for me this year. Stop buying items for the sake of it, for the algorithm, but quality items, when you list them, they will go.
The algorithm will punish you if you let it go too far.
Yeah. Rich is in. Hi, Rich.
Yeah.
Jenny has a question. Is there normally a lull in sales in January after the Christmas rush? Do you run a January sale, and do you budget for quiet months? That's actually 3 questions in one. But so we'll go like
each.
Is there normally a lull in sales in January after the Christmas rush? I think like last year I had a little lull like towards the end of January, just because it's a really long month, isn't it, between when people get paid? It's like a 5-week month, isn't it? But the first couple of weeks in January, I didn't really notice a difference.
Yeah, I think everybody's running like sales and discounts and stuff. So, but obviously there's going to be a lull because it's Christmas. So there's definitely going to be a lull.
Yeah.
But it's peaks and troughs all through the year, if you think about it. And you've got to be able to sort of average it out over the months and try and not worry too much about it, as long as your other months are okay.
Yeah. Also, as well, in December, a lot of people get paid earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Well before Christmas. So then waiting for that next payday in January, like at the end of January, if it's monthly, they can be waiting like 6 weeks, can't they?
Yeah.
So they don't really want to try and, they're not spending for the spending's sake online. They're holding back the money or budgeting for those 6 weeks over Christmas. So January is going to be quiet anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
I think budgeting is very, very important as well. And all through the year, particularly during the summer, when obviously the car boot season at its height, and it's the land of milk and honey as far as sourcing goes, you've got to be thinking at that stage, right at the beginning of that stage, about winter, because what you do then will soften the blow of winter. It comes every year and it's expected. And after the Q4 madness, he's going to drop off a cliff. People have credit card bills to pay and all that kind of stuff. And in comparison to particularly December, January is like a bloody ghost town. So what you do leading up to that is what pushes you through till the next season.
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
I did do a January sale last year. I'm definitely going to do one this year, but I'm pretty sure I did do like a January sale thing last year. Budgeting for like quiet months. I've got no money anyway. I've got nothing to budget, but I did do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a January sale and just get shut all the low value stuff what's been sat there for the last 12 months. Get shut. Yeah, I'm going to take Chris's advice. I'm going to have a cleanse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always good idea.
Liberating. Honestly, I think I know me and Chris have spoken about this before, about stock taking. It's really good to have that purge of just shite that you accumulate over time. But whatever you do, don't make the mistake I did the first time I did it and stick everything on like a 99p auction, because you end up pissing everything away and then doing 2 days worth of posting and packing to try and keep on top of it. I should have seen that coming, to be fair. What a complete idiot. But yeah, don't do that.
No. I will bear that in mind. Yeah.
What I would suggest you do, what I would suggest is, it's a bit more difficult if you're just a clothing seller, but if you're a bit of everything, there could be opportunities where you can end lower value stuff, but bundle it.
Yeah.
So if you've got a load of plushes, instead of just ending it and donating it or whatever, end them, but put them in a bundle and get a higher value back for it. I mean, it might not be higher value overall, but you'll get a higher average sale price for that item. So you could have like 5 plushes at £10 each that aren't selling. So you take them down, but instead you then make a new listing of 5 in a bundle for 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
That's what
sense.
I would do. I do that all the time with old stock. Bundle it all together.
Yeah. And I also made the fatal mistake as well when I first started, buying loads of brand new DVDs, like films, comedy show, comedians, and they're still sat, like piles like that on the shelf. No,
We need to talk. Siobhan. We need to
I
talk.
made a big mistake buying all them. Yeah, I can't sell them even though they're brand new. I just cannot sell them.
Honestly, Shaz, let me know what you've got. My DVD sales are just bonkers, absolutely bonkers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, might be able to. If you might be able to wholesale them, yeah. You've got a punter waiting.
Oh.
Is that more?
Through them and send them over.
For some reason, DVDs on Amazon are just absolute fire. I've never ever been able to sell any on, no, with the very rare exception of a box set that's collectible or particularly high value. I've never been able to sell DVDs generally on eBay or anywhere else for that matter. But for some reason on Amazon, it's just crazy. It really is crazy.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask if that.
you're welcome to try and get involved with Amazon yourself, kind of thing. But if you just want shot, let me know what you've got.
About one step at a time for me.
Sean says, I thought Sophie made her living from selling her smalls online. I'm alone in remembering when she said it was cheaper to post her knickers off than to wash them. Yeah, I think you are alone in that one, Sean. Can't remember saying that one. Who knows when I've had too much coconut cove what I say though. My January was one of the best I ever had, but again it was down to the quality of products I had. I had picked up a ton of night trainers and coats new from outlet.
Yeah.
Quality
over quantity every day.
And Adam says, however, I do have a lot of stuff I need to clear, so I'll be doing 25% off all the sticky stuff.
Yeah.
Sean, you're going to get punched one day. You have to get through the bucket that he usually wears on his head first. And the secret with low value stuff, it all depends on how quick you can list it and how much it's in demand. Video games are so quick to list. Oh, yeah, I know.
Depends what your business model is as well, because some people, thrive on the low value, high turnover stuff.
Yeah. But clothes for me take the time to list, no matter what the price. So you have to be more careful on what you pick up for your profit margins. Yeah, clothes do take longer.
Yeah.
Just coming down.
Does anybody know where I can get one of those cross rulers from? Do you know what some of these resellers?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've seen people using them, but I've never seen one for sale. I know someone in the States has one.
You could probably make one, couldn't you? It's just two big rulers joined in the middle with a rivet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Go on then, Dave. Go on.
In fact, if you did that, you could probably sell them. See, my mind was
Dave, come on.
in front of there.
You could get these on Amazon. You could have the next big thing.
Yeah.
Private label.
ABL reselling branded rulers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, with my rulers, the inches will be that big.
Yeah.
Talking of things to make you feel your undies, tax and NI bills by the end of January. Yeah.
Mine was paid in July.
I've done mine.
Woo.
Yeah. First time I've done one online assessment, and I was bricking it. No, but I did find I don't use an accountant because I don't earn that much. I can sort of manage it, myself at the moment. But yeah, I was watching these guys on YouTube who are accountants, and they provide a step by step, going through all the self-assessment and what needs to go where, and it was brilliant. I did have to watch it about 3 times.
Yeah.
And then I had them on my phone while I was on my laptop, filling it all in.
Yeah.
I managed it. Yeah. I got mine paid, I think it was at September time. I thought, yeah, I was panicking, even though it didn't need to be now January. And I'm thinking, I really need to do that. I really need to do that.
Yeah.
So I bit the bullet and I got it done. Yeah.
So I think there's two types of people who pay them dead early and people who leave it right till the death.
Yeah.
And January sucks enough without having to bloody pay your tax bill during it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get it like sorted and done. Then it's not hanging over you. Then is it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just hit the bottom.
Now I've got three now.
What's that, Dave? Sorry.
3 different taxes now: corporation tax, income tax, and VAT.
Oh wow!
You're not selling it to me, Dave.
No.
Yeah, I should imagine you got an accountant to do all that then.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's 2 short banks. But when I was self-employed, I had QuickBooks, which was a massive help, and relatively speaking, it was quite. I had to put my thinking cap on doing it, even at that level, because I'm really rubbish at that. So I knew when I made the decision to go limited, which was in March, I knew even before I signed to the piece of paper that I was going to have an accountant, because there's no way on God's green earth that I'd even attempt to get my head around that. And for what it cost, already this year they've saved me more than they've cost me. So and not so much, well, as well as what they've saved me in tax efficiencies, they've saved me so much time, and that's something I'm big on. It's just time.
Yeah.
Sean bought a box full of pool pottery for £5 an hour ago. It's going to cost him £20 to travel to go get it, but then return is 150 to 200. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
I know literally nothing. Well, I try and stay away from like breakables anyway, but yeah, I know nothing about that kind of stuff.
It's nice to know that we know a man who can, though, just in case you've come across something you think might be a bit tasty.
Yeah, I mean, when I went charity shopping with like Lindsay and Alvin, Lindsay was like picking things up, and Sean was just like, "Put it down, it's shit. Put it down. Put it down." We were like, "Oh, okay."
My best sale, it wasn't pottery, it was that glass penguin stuff. Can you remember?
Oh yeah, the paperweight. Yeah.
I bought it for a £5 from Carbo. I just bought it because it were quite big and it were quite heavy, but it was just so cute. I couldn't leave it behind. It was £5. There were no markings on it or anything. Anyway, it ended up being a Murano, and I sold it for £108.
Nice.
Yeah, they were brilliant, but nobody would buy it. I wasn't sure whether it was Murano when I first bought it. Anyway, I did some research. I still wasn't 100%. So I put it on eBay. I think I put it up for about 30 quid. Buy it now, or, offer. Nobody was interested. So then I put it on an auction. I started it off, I think, at £10. So at least I'd got, a little bit of profit and cover my costs. And then all of a sudden it just went mental. It was going boom, 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 boom. And in the end, I got 108 quid for it.
That's mad, isn't it?
I think I've only ever found one Murano item, and it was just pump. It was absolutely rubbish.
Oh.
Some kind of weird duck.
Whenever I see Murano, there's always something broken on it. And it's like, oh, there's always chips on them. That's why you got to check them really carefully.
Yeah.
I try and find Le Creuset like out in the wild. I've never ever found it. Never been able to find it anywhere.
I bought some ones from TK Maxx. They were in sale. I only made about £5 profit. Reselling them.
I love TK Maxx.
Yeah, that were all right. But one thing I've never found in jelly cats. I have never ever found jelly cats.
Yeah, that's another one that I never found.
I always used to see jelly cats. I was at a boot sale down in Devon. I think I got it on video actually once. And there was a woman who I was trying to do a deal to buy the whole lot of jelly cats on her stall. And we didn't end up doing it in the end. But I knew a minute I got home, I thought, why didn't I just buy those? It was like £4 a jelly cat or £5 a cat or something.
Yeah.
And, I should have bought them all, really. But, yeah.
But some of them are really rare, and yeah, you can get quite a lot for them, can't you?
Yeah.
But I've not seen one.
No, I'm like that as well. There's like a few items that I've got that I'd really love to find, but it's just never seen it, never find it. But I'd quite like next year to try like different car boots, kind of go around a bit and do different ones and things. Because I definitely think like when I watch people going to car boots like in the north compared to like the south, I think people are definitely getting things cheaper like up north than they do.
You'll have to come up for a weekend, Soph. I've got a spare room.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
We're on a boot sale in the northwest. You share famous people like Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I definitely think like, and even like charity shops as well. Like everything just seems like cheaper up north than it is south.
I don't think there's much difference in the charity shops, if I'm honest. I mean, having lived down in Devon and it's expensive down there.
Yeah.
It is not much different up here.
I find the city centre charity shops a lot more expensive, but if you find like a local independent charity,
that's what you need.
Yeah,
you need one of these like a junk
brilliant
shop, charity shop. You know, the ones that are just like a junk shop. You walk in and everything's everywhere, and there's no organizer. They're the ones I always find that are the better ones.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to come to the north. Venture into
Are you
the north.
sure you want to risk it?
Yeah.
Well, what you could
dangerous
do,
up here, you know.
You could come up to ours. Yeah, you could come up to ours. We'll hit the charity shops around here. Then we'll go to P-Loft, Kilo. Yeah. And then from my house, then you can travel across to Dave's.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have like a little tour, couldn't I?
Yeah, like a long weekend tour of the north.
It makes great content as well. Whereabouts are you, Shaz, by the way? Is that a Sheffield accent?
Just outside. Yeah, I'm in Rotherham. Very close. Yeah. I'm not a D-Dow though.
Proper Yorkshire lass.
Yeah, there's no one that's like more Yorkshire than Shaz, I don't think. Like she's like the most Yorkshire person you'll ever meet.
I know. I can't say. I can't even posh it up, can I?
Honestly, I'll never, ever slate Yorkshire. It's the best county for car boot sales in the country.
It does have some good ones.
Without question.
I've got to come and experience. Sandra said, I bought some Royal Albert flowers of the month trios for £30. They sold for $425. Wow.
That's brilliant.
That's
amazing.
Not a Prince Albert, not a Royal Albert. I'll get my coat.
What's one of them, Dave?
It's like the earring.
I will let you know one of my best sellers, Sheffield plate butter knives. They have the fake ivory handles and have been used by everyone's grand for toast forever. 6 is an easy £10, 6 boxes is 20. Yeah, my grand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my grand's got. Whether they're those knives, I don't know, but I know that she did have like some knives kind of like that. Hi Pauline, I sell on eBay for a local charity and prices in the shop are really cheap for clothes. Very nice. And we've also got Khalife Talks in. Hi Khalife, thanks for joining.
I don't think, just in answer to Chop's question, I don't think any of us are qualified tax accountants. So, but nice try, Lee. Does a takeaway count as a Christmas party on my tax return?
I reckon it does. Don't see why not.
I'm not looking forward to my Christmas Day this year.
Yeah, just put it down as like a business meeting or something. I don't know, business expense. Anyone want vintage? Cool. Well, we're just coming up for like the hour now, and I like to try and keep these down to an hour. So thanks everyone for joining, and thanks to my lovely guests for coming on and joining as well. So yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of the evening, and I'll catch you all next week. See you soon.
Thank you.
See you, everyone.
Bye.